We got some fun infographic rankings coming out from Oricon. Shout out to Josuke for providing such a nice and concise image. But basically, these sales, so we have the top 10 manga and the top 10 light novel. We are going to be making a separate video after this regarding why a certain series is not in the top 10 of the light novel list here, but basically this Oricon. So if you guys don't know, Oricon sales, right? Like basically, what is Oricon, sales? Like if you look at that, it's like a Japanese statistic of physical copies, right? So we're looking at physical distributions of light novels, manga, but just in Japan. This has nothing to do with like international audience. It's just Japan. Something that I noticed immediately was the vast difference in the quantity between manga and light novel. Because you look at the rankings here, it caps out at early six figures, 163K. You look at the manga, it's like a factor of 10. So obviously manga is much more accessible, well-known. I don't know if accessible is the right word, but I feel like when I was first getting into anime and manga stuff, genuinely light novel was like a foreign concept to me. Like it was like, what the hell's a light novel? So you're like, it's like a manga but less pictures and more words? I don't fuck with that. I'm stupid. I just want to look at images. Why am I gonna read a book? That's kind of like my naive opinion when I first heard about that. And then you realize there's hey, visual novels exist, man. Oh, how about a web novel, man? How about an actual fucking book? But manga definitely is much more better known, maybe more accessible, definitely to a casual crowd of audience. Stuff like this is more appealing to them than something like, I guess, light novel stuff, right? So looking at the manga chart, man, this is crazy. Let's start from the bottom up. Okay, let's start from the bottom up because I got a lot to say about it. Apothecary Diaries at 859,000 copies sold. This is half year reports again. That is amazing. I honestly didn't think Apothecary Diaries was that popular. I thought that it was a pretty niche thing considering the setting and the topic of the story, right? This is not some sort of super appealing mainstream battle shonen for the, the boys. This is a very unique drama story in a different, more alternate Chinese back in the past Emperor's Palace setting. And of course the anime is amazing, and I think that the manga sales, the light novel sales perhaps being boosted by that. Who knows? But it's really cool to see Apothecary Diaries can literally make it onto the board like that. This is not some sort of protected show, right? I think I need to be harsher on it. I think that Apothecary Diaries, again, what were we saying this year? That this shit was the solo leveling in the drama category or something because it robbed Takopi's original sin? Listen, I'm glad that Apothecary Diaries won. I'm glad that it's getting the recognition. It's cool again that stuff like this can make it onto the board. Sakamoto Days, rank 9. So 876,000 sold. Very small margin of differences obviously that you see in the bottom here. But still, Battle Shonen, really hyped manga. Honestly, a part of me wants to read the manga, but also not at the same time, because if I do, I feel like I'm gonna ruin the anime. Not in terms of I'm not talking about spoilers, because I'm not gonna read the manga beyond where the anime is at. But I feel like TMS Entertainment, the anime, it's been a lot of drama, right? If you look at Sakamoto Days, right? Part 1 was definitely kind of tricky. In the beginning, it was pretty good, first episode or so, and then the real color started to show near the middle, and then people were really kind of disappointed. But man, part 2 came back and really just revitalized the momentum. Why was that though? I think it was the nature of the story, right? What was being covered? The fucking Shibuya incident, basically, for Sakamoto Days, right? We just got a battle royale shit happening, Takamura Gigi coming in with the craziest moment, Slur popping off with his boys like Gaku. But if you think about it, is that not just the story and that specific arc carrying that anime part? Basically, was the quality of part 2 that significantly different in production value? To be honest, I think there were some upgrades, especially with the visual filter, the grainy, whatever that we were talking about. That's something that I remember. In terms of movement and motion, perhaps they tried harder because obviously there's more action, but I think it's a combination of, you got more polished, perhaps a different style of providing compositing. On top of that, you have a story that is actually so fucking hype at that moment that part 2 again revitalized it. Love to see it. But Sakamoto Days, right? I feel like it should be getting a better treatment maybe. Fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Look at that. Would you look at fucking that? Now, this is something that we watched, and I was pleasantly surprised, right? Who was doing this? Was it... Fragrant flower. It was the same studio with Dress Up Darling at the same time. Cloverworks, right? Yeah. No. This was definitely like... I mean, Dress Up Darling quality is also really good. Absolutely, but it came out of nowhere and it really shocked me. I remember reacting to the trailer for this for the first time, and like they just... It was truly like, whoa, like a lot of people care about it, and I was like kind of shocked. So it's cool to see that Cloverworks is, you know, pumping out these really high quality, you know, shows like that. Love the romance. I guess the manga's doing really well. Makes sense. Spy Family, still going pretty strong. So in terms of the anime, I don't really see many people talking about it. I don't really see any people really, yeah, like, I don't remember, I don't know what's really going on with this guy. I remember trying to tap into Spy Family content, but I just could not get into the algorithm. The viewership just wasn't there, but I remember how amazing and the quality of season 1 was. It was really fun to watch. Wholesome story about, you know, family, but also spy and, you know, shit happening there. And some people may just get tired of the Waku Waku simulator. Some people loves the vanilla story, but hey, cool to see that it's still hanging up in top 10. This is crazy. So let's look at the top 4 here for a second. Not top 4, but like these 4. JJK has not released a volume. Okay? Because here's something you need to understand. Now, I'm not going to be able to understand every other context, because, so, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But all these other series are still pumping out volumes. A lot of people seem to think also that these rankings aren't shit, because it's like, basically, whoever pumped more volumes out, basically can get more copies sold, therefore can boost the numbers. Do you know what I mean? It's like a person who made 1 YouTube video a year versus a person who's spamming daily uploads. By the end of the year, who's gonna have more viewership, more copies sold? You know, it's that kind of logic. I understand that. And then the craziest thing is, JJK ain't even fucking going on. It's over, bro. This shit is fucking over. And it's top 3. Why? Well, I think the anime, obviously the anime boost, right? Of course, the anime is airing. It's getting people really hyped up and getting a lot of people involved in it. Maybe they want to get them, you know, they want to figure out what's going on, right? Maybe there's collectors involved, but I think it is definitely like an anime boost. And the other crazier thing is, JJK Modulo, dude, this is like such a flex. Gege Akutami has 2 series in the top 10 just like that. One which is already finished, the other which is a quick, you know, sequel, you know, write-off for him to just kind of pop off one last time. And for both to be like getting like recognized like that, it's actually amazing to see. How many times do you see a Battle Shonen sequel get this kind of like acceptance? When I think about Boruto, was it accepted like that? Honestly, I don't know. I just remember just people talking shit about it, right? A lot of people, like, basically they don't treat like a sequel of a Battle Shonen as like its own. They treat it as like a, ew, you know? Like, brother, ew, what the hell? Like, you're not part of the family. You're a fucking orphan. Like, who the fuck invited you here? That's like how a lot of people treat that shit. But, hey, man, it's really cool to see that, like, JJK not even fucking going on. Pumping out because anime boost. And Modulo, just, people love that shit. Chainsaw Man. So, it ended recently, right? The manga, the part 2 end and the drama that happened, people are calling for the death of Fujimoto. Hopefully in a comical way, because listen, it calls to an action for a death of an author because your favorite fucking manga ended in a bad way. That is beyond parasocial, but I'd be mad too if I was reading every fucking week and you just yoinked the plug at the end. Who knows what actually happened? Still hanging in very strong. I think that this is, what is it though? Chainsaw Man, this is talking about part 1 and part 2 together. Right? Or like this isn't just part 2, right? So there's probably some sort of relevant anime boost with Reze movie for sure, right? The anime hasn't aired in a long time. Part 2 is going on, so it's cool to see that it's up there. Blue Lock, bro. Bururoku. Blue Lock is crazy. 1.2 mil. Anime isn't really relevant right now, is it? It basically was 2 years ago, I believe, or about a year ago. We all know what happened with the anime. It was pretty fucking sad. But I hear the manga, you know, the current stuff, people are very excited. I don't think this has to do with really anime boost. I don't think like, yeah, I think this is just the manga kind of just popping off of whatever going on. A lot of people are very hyping up some Nell arc after, basically this is for the anime, right? This is gonna happen after the U20 shit that we just saw. So, sorry, was it U20? Yeah, it was it's called U20 arc, right? It was really fucking fun at the end. The other PNG stuff, that was also fun in its own way, but cool to see. One Piece? I don't know what the fuck is going on in One Piece, bro. One Piece is, I hear they're in Elbaf right now, finally. That's really cool to see. It's been set up since a long time ago. I've dropped One Piece, not like voluntarily, just shit got just busy, and eventually I started doing anime reaction. I thought maybe I should just not catch up just to see if I can make anime content out of it, but it's just kind of in hiatus for me. So it's just, I'm just like stopped right at Dressrosa. I have heard stuff here and there, spoilers of course, like Gear 5, right? It's hard to fucking not get spoiled about that shit, but cool to see that One Piece is hanging on strong, right? Like this is an OG, like these are all the new dogs coming in, right? The new generation. This kind of feels like, what's that meme? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, old rat, meme. Yeah, it's this. It kind of feels like One Piece is still here, right? Like One Piece is basically the master, and like the other kids are new kids on the block are growing up, and he's still hanging around. It's a One Piece, it's still strong. And Frieren, let's talk about this. So this has also been on hiatus. This has been on hiatus and anime boost though, for sure. So the craziest thing about Frieren, and the amount of volumes that it like makes, isn't Frieren pacing like crazy slow? As in, not talking about like how the story progresses, but like how often the mangaka basically like pumps out the work. Thank you, Last Victor, for the Prime for the 4 months. Appreciate that. And to celebrate Frieren being #1, I have to say this, bro. Frieren continues to dominate as the apex predator, all caps battle shonen. That's right. Truly a different beast entirely. When the anime adaptation of the Golden Land arc next year, which is October 2027, fall next year, so we got a lot of time to wait, right? We aren't even, we're just getting into fucking summer, not even, right? Fall of next year is Golden Land arc, okay? But remember, what else is coming out next year? Culling Games Core 2. And I think that I've been saying, listen, I think that Crunchyroll Anime Awards of next year, remember, the Anime Awards is always rating the anime from the year back. So next year nominee is going to be Culling Games Part 1. But the fact that Culling Games Part 2 will be airing in the beginning quarter of next year, right leading into Crunchyroll Awards, this is a similar thing, just like what? Solo Leveling, right? This is the same shit like Solo Leveling. That's why I think that like this year, I think that the recency bias and the quality of Culling Games Part 1 will have it such that by next year, this time around, JJK is just gonna win, dominate. I think it's just gonna win. Like what else is gonna come out this year that's gonna contest with JJK on that level? Mushoku Tensei for sure this summer. Does it have that much motion? We'll see. ReZero, right? We're just getting into the juicy stuff of this arc, but it's really hard for like an isekai to compete with the battle shonen just based off of a popularity demographic. Yeah, Black Clover for sure, but I wonder how that will like tie in. I think that they're doing like weekly episodes. It's not gonna be like a long running fucking episode count. So this year, there's definitely more competitors coming in, but really gonna be hard to beat JJK Culling Games because of, again, the recency bias that will happen with Culling Games Core 2 airing at that time. And now, talking about the award for the year after that, okay? So we're talking about 2028 JJK. So at that, the nominees will be Frieren Season 3, or I guess Golden Land, and Culling Games Part 2. I know there's other shows too, but I think those two definitely are gonna be like probably the most notable names. But next year, man, there's gonna be a lot of different things to come out, so it's gonna be really fun to see what is gonna be competing at that top tier like popularity. Remember, this shit is just a popularity contest. It's not the quality of an anime. It's just fun to look at the demographics, okay? So that's the manga. Let's look at light novels. And you know what the craziest thing is? I know all these light novels because we've been just watching anime adaptations. Now, My Happy Marriage, 88K sold. So at top 10, My Happy Marriage. this is anime that came out a couple seasons ago. I remember how many people were talking about the tragic romance and how quality the anime was. I remember that. But again, we're talking about, you know, the light novel stuff. So cool to see it being here. Freedom novels. What the fuck is that? What is Freedom novels? Light novel versus manga. So Freedom has, right? It's an ongoing manga series. But okay. What is this? Ellen versus manga? Do I even want to go read this? Am I gonna get spoiled? But basically, there is different like light novel Freedom. It's brand new. So is it just basically a retelling of the story, but just like text instead of, you know, just manga? I guess 97K. Goddamn, just pulling up. The prelude? As in like, oh, it's the prequel stuff with the hero party. No. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. That is hype because like I think a lot of people want like hero party OVA, hero party movie, hero party anime season sequels, right? They want that shit. So it's gonna be definitely cool to see if they ever adapt that. This is crazy. Moody. Y'all remember Moody? The Yuri and the anime adaptation when it came back, right? With the 5 episodes, dude, this shit like got like actually 8 out of 10 rating, and I think that it's not even that crazy glaze. It was high quality. Like this shit can pop up if it wants to. Watch the anime. I actually enjoyed it. I did. The Convenience Store by the Sea. Haven't heard about this one. So, Convenience Store by the Sea, light novel. Any list. This is it. Eima Saito is a convenience store worker who becomes interested in one of her regular customer. Is this the same one? This is it, right? Am I miss? It's not? Okay, it's not. Okay. I read the synopsis and this kind of sounded similar. Never mind. I don't know. I thought it would be on it. I guess not, but this is the story right here. Did you have a my anime list? The fuck? What the fuck? Indian book? Indian books? It's okay. We'll follow this. Lives of workers or customers with the tenderness of convenience store in the quiet coastal city of Mojiko. The protagonists are all at different stages in their lives and have a different set of challenges, hobbies, or lack of aspiration. Sounds like an existential drama. Like character, drama, realism, what's going on with their daily lives. Okay. Definitely not my favorite cup of tea, but definitely could see that there's going to be like an underrated story that could be done it. Check the author. Why? What is the author behind it? Who is it? Sonoko Machida. What else has they done? Should I know them? Oh, you're talking about just like looking. Oh, you're behind. We already checked that. Anyways. Okay, cool. Silent Witch. We watched that. 104K sold at rank 6. Silent Witch, super quality anime. They love it. They're actually like going out to adapt it so well. Remember this? Dude, it was so good. It screamed quality. It was from Studio Gokumi too, which is crazy because they do vending machine isekai. Like what the fuck? And this fucking anime. Remember this? Holy shit. This was fun. Remember Shisui? Remember Shisui, bro? Oh my god. Yeah, it was Shisui, right? I think it was. But of course, right? You gotta look at the director and like what's actually going on. Yasuo Iwamoto is why the anime was good, and they've been obviously on board of a lot of these other great projects. Konosuba, a lot of them, right? Not vending machine, but cool to see that like this anime, bro. It's doing this. Sorry, this light novel. Sorry, is like doing really well. Classroom of the Elite, rank 5, bro. That's so cool to see. People have been talking about how much motion Classroom of the Elite light novel has, and I guess it actually does have motion, bro. They weren't lying. There's a lot of people that love this shit, and my god, I gotta show you guys this. So there was a trailer that came out. It's kind of like spoilers, I guess, but they literally had a third year, right? Third year trailer. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, bro. Look at this. And Anako's right there. He looks taller, right? He looks way taller, and what's going on there, who knows, bro? But other characters that we haven't seen before come and show in the trailers too, but it's yeah, I get it. I see it. I know. I see it. They went out of their fucking way to do this. I guess it's the 3rd year, you know, island arc, and shit's going. It's just popping off there. It's cool to see. Shiboyugi! Shiboyugi rank 4. Anime boost? Could it be? So, actually, that's another thing we gotta think about, right? I think that, for sure, the anime and manga relevance is definitely gonna get people care about it, right? My Happy Marriage too. I don't know how well the anime did, right? But these, other than Convenience Store by the Sea, these all had anime adaptations that we watched, right? Or heard of. Silent Witch, again, that did pretty decent too. Code anime is always airing, right? But they're still solid. Shiboyugi anime also aired. A lot of mixed opinions by the end of how pretentious and different the director was regarding French films, Monogatari stuff. I thought that it was a very unique artistic direction, but if you've seen this guy's, you know, thing, right? Shiboyugi. There's basically, like, have you guys seen Days of My Stepsister? So basically, like, this guy right here. This is the madness behind the art. Sota Ueno. This is the artistic vision. He just understands, bro, when to just do fucking nothing, but like also it's doing something. Originating from Studio Dean, baby. I think he is a talented person. For sure he is. But it's just like, this type of style of directing is something that many people just like also just don't fuck with, right? And listen, I think it's cool that like he's known for something, you know? Like he stands out, he's unique. He has his own little like niche, he has his own like specialties, and he does really well, right? And he's going to be doing the directing for the movie of Shiboyugi, which is going to be, this is crazy. What the fuck is this girl? What the hell is this? What the fuck is this, bro? We got a fucking JoJo's character bodybuilder along with a bunch of different waifus here, but hey man, looks like the next arc they're gonna be doing this shit professional. There's a new arc coming up, 30 game wall, cool. Shiboyugi popping off. Apothecary Diaries, top 3, bro. Again, nothing more needs to be said. We already talked about Apothecary Diaries in the manga part, right? But crazy to see like how popular and how amazing this is doing. But also, what's the context behind this? So Apothecary Diaries, has it been releasing new volumes, right? Again, I think that it's significant that if you haven't been releasing new volumes and you're excelling out established, you know, volumes like that, that's fucking crazy. But that also kind of means that like maybe there's like an anime boost, right? Some sort of residual other emotion coming in, but cool to see Apothecary Diaries up this high. Tensura. I underestimated Tensura, and this is crazy. Genuinely insane. Like what the fuck? Like my I guess experience of Tensura is limited to the anime, and the anime is hovering around like a 7.8 right now for me, to like an 8.2, 8.3. I don't know. Season 1, Season 2, I remember some good times. Season 3, I remember some bad times. Season 4 right now, the good times are coming back. And I think there has been some sort of polishing and upgrade, and definitely they're more locked in than the last season. But it's this popular. Tensura is this much more popular. Like, where is Mushoku Tensei? Because like, again, the next video we're going to be making is why ReZero is not in the top 10. There's a lot of different interesting arguments of why it is. But what's also the reason why Mushoku Tensei is not here? Because it's finished? The story is done, right? Like, why would people, like, again, right? Of course the anime is coming back, but like, we'll have to see what the next year is. I think it'll be interesting to see what the sales will be for MT, like next year, when this year, right, this coming summer, Mushoku Tensei anime is coming back, gonna make a lot of motion, and we'll see if those people will then go bump up the light novel sales in Japan, right? So, interesting to think about that. MT finished a long time ago, huh? Very old like that. 2010! That's a dinosaur. I guess mentioning like why Mushoku Tensei is not on this list is the equivalent to mentioning why isn't Naruto, Bleach on this list? Haha, One Piece is still popping off, but like Naruto and Bleach fell off, bro. But you realize this is 2026 half-year sales, right? Like this is the date period, so like trying to look at shit that's been done for over a decade, like what are we doing right now? And Cosmic Princess Kaguya, what the fuck? So I apologize to the Cosmic Princess Kaguya people that has been begging for the reactions, because I just didn't do the reaction for the movie. Shit got busy, there were so many other things to do. I know that I checked out the trailer and I said I'd check it out. I just didn't do it. It is what it is. I missed out. I hear that there were some crazy fucking key animations happening. They're just extreme quality. And, you know, this is rank 1. Is it brand new? Let's look at Cosmic Princess Kaguya. What's going on? Like what's going on with cogs? So, okay, sure. No, I'm looking at like light novel sales. Like, it's a best-selling light novel right now. Okay, sure. But when did it start? Does anyone know like the significance of like when this shit came out? There's some interesting lines here. 2 Yuris in the top 10. The narrative that doesn't sell is dead as fuck. Well, I don't think I've ever said that Yuri is dead. I think that Yuri is very alive and people are always interested just because it's Yuri. Just make some quality Yuri, right? Watanabe, man. I guess Cosmic Princess, you know, is very Yuri coded, so it's cool to see. Also, Shibuyugi, you could, Shibuyugi could be like doomed Yuri in a way, but light novel came out after the movie. Ah, okay. So basically, Cosmic Princess Kaguya statistics here is the equivalent of like someone gaming the YouTube reaction. So basically it's this. The fact that it had a movie, so light novel came out after the movie. It came out this year. Novel came out after the movie. So it's like they timed it amazing. So the movie popped the fuck off, right? So the movie pops the fuck off. They have so much quality. And then they're like, boom, light novel time. Just do it. Capitalize on the success. Very smart business, very smart tactics. It's like doing like an opening reaction for all of One Piece or JoJo's or whatever, and then going into farming those reactions compared to somebody that is just farming random weekly shows and averaging like, you know, 100 views a video, right? Like there's a difference like game and algorithm push and the strategy. Very smart business. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So that's the rankings for top 10 of, again, just this period. Again, this is just Japan. This is just Japanese physical distribution. But the biggest question right now, right? I think a lot of people also, just as me, is this. This is the next video topic. You ready? All these light novels really mugging ReZero. Because like, I don't know shit about light novels and I want to know more. When I saw this list, I was like, the fuck? Where is ReZero? Don't worry. We need another video to cover the topic because that's going to be a lengthy one with a lot of different business analysis and demographics and bars and charts and pie diagrams and all that fucking bullshit. See you in the next one.